Okay, we had one loss and one break-even trade today. I'll go over both of them. I'll also go over how the break-even could have easily been a win, and I once again um, didn't trust myself. And when I backtest, and I have good statistics backtesting, one thing that backtesting does not take into account is the fact that I will be listening to other people's opinions and not my own. And that's bit me 2 times in recent trades. And I have to learn how to how to tune that out, tune out the noise, and just trust my bias, and trust my setup, trust everything about what I'm doing, and use my own intuition. So let's just start on the daily here. Obviously, we're bearish on the daily, right? So I came into the day being bearish. We were respecting a daily fair value gap here that was bearish, and we went lower. We hadn't yet hit this, so that was my target, was that low there. I'm pretty sure it was a weekly low as well, right? So that was my target. And obviously you see price hit that. Also on the 4-hour, you can see how we respected this 4-hour fair value gap, went lower. On the 1-hour, you'll see the same thing, how we're respecting bearish PD arrays, disrespecting bullish ones, going lower, right? So here was my first trade, right? So my first trade, again, this is happening a lot now, where I'm getting in off of a 5-minute fair value gap for a continuation, but we end up printing a 15-minute fair value gap above, right where my stop loss is, typically, as I'm in the trade, as I'm in the 5-minute. So what you'll see a lot is I'll get stop rated, it'll go into the 15-minute, and then continue in my direction. And that's what happened today. And anyway, what I did was I wanted a continuation trade to the to the weekly low here, and so I waited for us to trade into the 5-minute here, and once we did that, we formed a solid 2-minute inversion, and it was pretty nice because of how quickly it happened, right? It was within one candle. We just inversed the bullish fair value gap here, and then I was in, and stop above the high. Take profit was a bit lower than my target just because I needed a 1-to-1, and as you can see, we just shot straight to my stop loss. This is an unavoidable loss in my opinion. I would take this again. It fit my model. This is a trade I would have taken if I was back testing, and it would have just ended up being a loss in the data in back testing as well. The only thing that could have prevented me from taking this is if I decided, the 1-to-1 is too far off from the weekly low here that I was targeting as my draw, so let's not take it. It's not good enough risk reward. That definitely could have stopped me from taking it. And that's really it. I mean, you can argue that we're in a deep premium at this point when I'm trying to trade this, but at the end of the day, we retraced into a 5-minute, and we got a nice reaction, so I'm going to take the continuation trade every time, especially if our draw on liquidity has not been taken yet. Okay, and then I re-entered when we tapped into the 15-minute. Now we had a 15-minute as a fair value gap, or higher time frame PD array. We still hadn't taken the low that I wanted to see get taken, and we had created more equal lows. Right, we created more liquidity here to take. So notice the 5-minute get printed, right? Waited for the 5-minute to get inversed. I was probably in right around here with a market order, and that's really that. What ended up happening was if I followed my own rules, I wouldn't have broke even until we took this low, or at least this low, at the very least this low here. That's if I followed my own rules. But guess what? I didn't follow my own rules. I listened to what my mentor was doing, who, by the way, already won a trade prior to this. So he's thinking, okay, well, I'm up on the day. Let me not risk anything, and let me break even sooner than maybe I should. For me, I'm not saying it's right to, like, if I'm breaking rules, it's not right for me to be like, oh, I shouldn't break even yet, because I lost the first trade and I'm trying to make the money back. And that's not where my head's at. It's not where I'm coming from. But what I'm saying is, I honestly broke a rule here by breaking even too early, and I listened to my mentor. I broke a rule by doing that, because I should have simply just left this trade on and left the risk on until we took this low, and then obviously it would have been a winning trade. What I did though is I took my stop loss to break even, and it tapped me out here and then went in my direction, and that would have been a winning trade and would have made me actually, it would have made me net positive on the day, not by much, but yeah, I mean, that, instead of having another losing day. And so that's where it kind of comes into play. It's like, well, let's look at my backtesting statistics, and you see, 70% win rate, 80% win rate. You're making 10% a month on, a good month is like 10% of your account size, and you're like, what the hell? Why can't I do this in live time? Well, this is literally the reason why, because I'm not letting the statistics play out. Why am I not letting probabilities play out? Right? If I was backtesting this, there's no way in hell I was breaking even that early. There's no way. I would have needed to see this low get taken, and it did not get taken. Therefore, my stop would have stayed here, and that's where the emotion comes into play. I get it, but fuck, like, I'm telling you, I would have stayed in this trade had I not listened to outside factors. And I'm not blaming anyone else but myself, but I'm just saying I need to tune out the noise. So again, this ended up being a break-even trade, and that was the trading day for me. Past 2 weeks have been rough, really rough. Probably the roughest weeks I can remember trading. I just genuinely just having trouble. I can't find a win here. I don't necessarily think I've broken a rule when it comes to my entry model. Like today, I technically broke a rule because I broke even too early, and that cost me. But I'm saying, in the terms of, like, am I entering on stuff I should not be entering in on? No. I feel like I've done a pretty good job of sticking to only my model and not, going outside of it, but yeah, I have to do a better job of using my intuition. If I'm looking at this, I don't even care if we're consolidating around my entry. I'm pretty, like, I was very certain we were going to go to this low at that point. Like, why do we have any reason to go higher when we were using this 15-minute? There's no 15-minute above. There's literally no reason to go higher. I mean, yeah, sure, you can always lose a trade that you think is A+, but seriously, I should not have broke even on this. So that's that. Tomorrow's a new day. I don't know how much I have left on the account here. I really don't. Yeah, it's not much. I have enough for one more trade before I lose this account. Can I be honest with you? I really don't care if I lose this account. And the reason being, it's not like I worked really hard for this account. This account I got from a combine that I started my junior year of college. It's now November, and I graduated my senior year. I graduated in May. So, like, I've had this, genuinely, I swear to God, I probably started this account on a combine 2 years ago. That's how long I've had this for. It took me about a year to pass it, and then I got my first payout on the funded account, on this funded account here. I got my first payout in was it July, August, and then And you know what? It's just been a little annoying to trade this at the same time I'm trading these combines. It's annoying. It really is annoying. I have to quickly, especially if I'm on my phone at work, I have to quickly like switch through, try to get the same fill on one account as the other. Hope I don't, hope price doesn't move too fast. And I can't copy trade because I can't risk the same amount on this Express account as I want to on the combines. So it's just been a little bit of an annoyance, genuinely. I gotta pay out on this account. I'm honestly, it would not devastate me if I lost this account. It really wouldn't. Do I want to, like, am I gonna actively try to lose? No, of course not. But I will not be upset. I really genuinely won't be. I think it'll be a weight off my shoulders. I think it's impeding how I can trade the combines, and it's making my executions more difficult than they should be. Now, obviously, I wish like this is a pipe dream, but I mean, I don't know why. I do know why. Top Step should have never gotten rid of the ability to use Trade-O-Vate, because I wish I could just enter in off of fucking TradingView. But of course, I have to use this dumbass platform that I can't. I can't just do this, right? Go like this, do the RR tool, click it, and then place a limit. No, I can't do that. I have to, I don't even know, like, it is impossible to place a limit on a phone. Like, impossible. And then here, I gotta calculate the contract size on TradingView first, whatever. Enough with the spiel, the rant. But yeah, that's, if you want to see executions, I mean, obviously not lying about losses, right? But here are the executions. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow, the rest of the week goes well. Who knows if we have a setup tomorrow, but I'm just hoping the rest of the week goes well. Thursday is really weird. Really, really weird. Because of the government shutdown, we have so much news Thursday. It's not even funny. I don't know what this candle is going to do. I really don't. I have no idea what this 8:30 news candle is going to do. Then we have a little bit more news at 10, and that's it. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting day. Tomorrow, there's news, but nothing too crazy, right? So I'll trade tomorrow. Thursday I'll trade too, but I'm just going to be aware of how much friggin' news we have on Thursday. It's insane. And yeah, so that's that. But yeah, hasn't been a good couple of weeks trading. And obviously there's going to be some setbacks, some hardships that are going to make you second guess whether or not you should be actively trying to turn profitable, or even sometimes make you second guess if anyone actually even is profitable, right? So it's tough, but I'm obviously going to persevere. I've been doing this for so long that I would not ever stop trying to become a full-time trader, or at least a profitable trader. So that's not something I'll ever stop. I'm very, very adamant in that. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be some setbacks sometimes, right? So, but that is the trading day today for me.